Yeah, coach is, doing great. Been getting some updates from the family. I think everybody's really excited, about coach's speedy recovery. And we wouldn't expect anything less of coach, but we're all very glad and that he's okay and doing very well.
Do you know if he's still hospitalized or is he back at home now?
You know what? We've given the family, their privacy with that. But we do know that this is Michigan, so coach is in the best care. And, we're excited about moving forward with our plans in preparation for Spain. And that's what we're going to keep doing.
Is it going to drive him nuts to not be there, do you think, in Spain?
You know, coach.
Yeah.
Last thing I told coach, I said, hey, man, be a good patient. And coach is handling, things as I would probably expect him to. We're at the task of making sure, Michigan basketball is running up to his standards, and that's been my primary focus.
Saddi, can you give kind of a time frame of when you found out this was going to be happening, or were you able to kind of talk to John about how this would go?
Yeah, we knew last week, about a week ago, there was something that was scheduled. As always, Coach B does a great job of preparing us. And so, he kind of handed me a checklist of things that, certainly from an administrative and a basketball standpoint that, we wanted to try to get done. But, in Coach B fashion, he's like, hey, man, this is a great opportunity for you personally and our staff to, really grow and get this opportunity. So there's some things you're going to have to figure out. And, his humor obviously was still intact when he did that. But, again, our business was first to make sure Coach was doing well, which he is. And more importantly now, we have a priority to make sure our team is ready to go so that we're competitive in Spain.
Was there a meeting where the team found out, and how have they responded?
I think everybody, obviously initially was, like any time you hear about a family member having to go through something. But again, Coach, he's like the excellent CEO in terms of we have this motto of embracing sudden change. So whether it's a plane crash or Mo Wagner getting injured and he's out a couple of games, again, Coach was the first one to say, hey, man, this is a great opportunity for our young players and our leaders to really step up and grow in some areas. And then additionally, again, as our staff, we have an excellent staff who, we all try to be stars in our role. And, I trust those guys to do their jobs, and Coach trusts us, to hold down the fort, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
What's been your impression after working with these guys and this team over the summer a little bit?
We have a lot of work to do. We're a young team. They're talented, but when you look at the makeup of our roster, we have 3 guys who've had significant playing time in X, Charles, and Teskey. But the other 13, 14 guys are first and second year players who have either not played a minute of Michigan basketball or played in limited roles. So that's why I believe that this experience to be able to practice for 10 days before we leave for Spain and go over and have this whole cultural experience together, team bonding experience, and then go over there and play 3 games against a really competitive schedule. I know Coach B set it up this way so that it doesn't benefit us to go over and win games by 30 and 40 points. So we might take some lumps along the way, but it'll be a good barometer of what we need to work on and areas we need to grow, moving forward into September and then on into the season.
Saddi, with all those first and second year players, how great is this going to be for cohesion that these guys might grow together a little quicker than they would in other seasons when they're abroad for 10 months together?
Yeah, no, I mean it's an excellent opportunity for guys to really be connected as a group, not just from a basketball standpoint, but personally. Like our young guys that jump right into class and going through the rigors of the paces of practice. So to be able to go over and, spend some time doing some sightseeing at some of the cool events, now we get to connect on a personal level with some of their teammates. And, I think this is all good for our program, both individually and collectively as a unit.
What have you seen from the freshmen?
Freshmen, they're all talented. They're all talented in their own unique way, which is why we brought them here. But just like any other, 17, 18-year-old kid, they got a long way to go. And that's our job in trying to put them in position to be in position, as we say. And our veteran players have done a good job, I think, of kind of putting their arm around the guys and encouraging them, because they know what it was like to be a freshman. But I also thought that they've done a good job of trying to push them out of their comfort zone. So and our staff, again, if we just tried to maintain the standards that Coach B would if he was here, when he comes back, and that's what we're going to do.
Saddi, how do you handle being an interim? Do you do what you think John would do, or say what you think he would say, or do you act as if you're the head coach of the program?
Well, I'll answer that this way. One, I am not John Beilein, right? Nobody is. He's the guru. But again, Coach Beilein is an all-time excellent CEO, right? And so after being here 2 going on 3 years now, I hope I've been able to absorb, some of that greatness. But Coach has a very definite blueprint that works. The secret in the sauce is there. But at the same time, I gotta be me, and so in order for it to come out authentically, I understand, what Coach wants to get accomplished here. But then I gotta kind of put my little special sauce on it so that I can uniquely deliver it. Same message, but maybe just a different delivery.
How was that first day when you were the first voice to talk? And I imagine there would be times where people look around waiting for the voice that's always there that is not here.
Well, we're always waiting for Coach Beilein to walk in here. Shoot, he might walk in here now, but again, that is, Coach Beilein is not a micromanager. He's always given us the ability to coach our players. So it's not our guys' first time hearing myself, hearing Yak, hearing Dre, and Chris Hunter. This is a great opportunity for Chris Hunter to get on the floor and kind of get his coaching chops together. But we run a ton of workouts, in our whether it's individually with our positional groups, and I think from that standpoint, our guys have handled it great. It hasn't been this kind of substitute teacher type mentality. They've been locked in, and we've had some very productive practices.
What are you hoping to see out of the team here, or what are you hoping they'll get out of the trip to Spain?
I'm hoping that we're a more connected group when we get back because of the cultural experience. You got to understand, this is the first time some of these guys have left the country. They've been all over, the U.S. playing basketball, but this is a different experience. This is another layer, to be able to go to a foreign land, literally, hear and speak different languages, try new cuisines, and then play a different brand of basketball, because the brand of basketball in Europe, isn't particularly the same. So it'll be an adjustment period. But, all in all, it's about growth. We have this growth mindset personally and collectively as a team that, we want to come back a better version of ourselves going into September.